like my grandfather from my mom's side passed away, rest in peace. And literally it was that week of the death. I went to my grandmother and I was like, so you're single?
Oh my goodness. Buhle.
And then my mom just looked at me, was like that is what I was like, I'm just trying to brighten up the mood.
That is so
She was single. Like my grandfather passed away. She's ready to mingle.
Now you're playing solo.
I'm like, so are you in the streets now? What's your thing?
We're in this together.
I can't do no small talk, no small talk. I'm not with the small talk. Can't be with the small talk.
Welcome to yet another incredible episode of 5 Unscripted. I am Sima Fiyo, and today I'm hanging out with Buhle Hlehle Lupindo. If you don't know her, sweetie, then what are you doing?
Oh my God.
I just had to.
I hate that. I'm trying to change it so much, but it's like, it's sticking. I hate it.
I remember like every video I watched last night, you were busy saying, I need to revamp this intro. And I'm like, it's okay. Because someone who doesn't know you, I'm also like, what are you saying that you will laugh?
You know what? I think I should just let it go. The thing is, I'm trying so hard not to be cringy, but it just makes me laugh. I'm like, sweetie, what are you doing? Because it's like a play on, dude, I know you don't know me, but like, why don't you know me?
I get you.
You know, yeah.
But how are you?
I'm great, actually. I'm good. Like, I'm in a good space. Like, I'm happy. I wouldn't say okay, I'm not content, but I am happy enough to acknowledge that I'm happy. And I'm also like just living life. Every problems I have are worldly problems that we all have.
100%.
Besides that, like, I'm doing well.
Nah.
Doing well, yeah.
I like that, and that's good to hear.
Next.
You know what else I like about you? I don't know how to put this, but I once watched a video of yours, and you were talking about how you went to go see your therapist, and then they told you how you deal with nerves, or maybe when you're uncomfortable, you start making jokes.
Yes, of course.
And the reason why you do that thing, if you don't know me, it's because of that.
Yeah, no. I know, like, my weirdness and like laughing at random places. It's just like to cut the tension, and also just to make me comfortable. It's just the way, like, I definitely deal like with people, but sometimes it daunts people, like when I become serious, and I'm like, yeah, like I need to like talk, and they're like, whoa,
relax, man,
girl, what got you so mad? I'm like, I'm not even mad, I'm just trying to like talk to you in a place where I can actually talk to you. But yeah, man, it's like a little quirky thing that I have of just laughing and creating jokes at awkward times. Yeah,
I appreciate that, because I'm also like that. Sometimes I feel like it's when it's so awkward. Like someone would say, your granny died. You'd be like, damn, she gone.
Dude,
like,
the worst thing that ever happened to me, like my grandfather from my mom's side passed away, rest in peace. And literally it was that week of the death. I went to my grandmother and I was like, so you're single?
Oh my goodness. Buhle.
And then my mom just looked at me, was like that is what I was like, I'm just trying to brighten up the mood.
That is so
She was single. Like my grandfather passed away. She's ready to mingle.
Now you're playing solo.
I'm like, so are you in the streets now? What's your thing?
We're in this together. Okay, maybe not
Generally.
yet for you, but sorry, ma'am.
Yeah.
But you know what? I want to tell you something that I think you don't know.
What?
We went to high school together.
Shut up.
Yeah.
No, stop.
I'm serious.
Stop. Which high school? I went to so many high schools.
Buhle.
I went to so many high schools.
I went to Victoria Park High School.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Are you a VP girl?
Yes.
Stop
I'm that
it.
girl.
This is such full circle. I love it so much. Oh my God. How did you find Victoria Park?
Yo. I guess let's switch off the cameras.
That's crazy. Were you there since grade 8?
Yeah, so I think when I was in grade 8, you were in matric.
Okay, let's not do that. Reveal each other's ages. Like that.
You were like a gate monitor or something.
Yes.
Like, literally.
I used to make people pay.
I was
like,
always
I'd be
late.
like, oh, because if you have your name like 5 times, you definitely go into detention.
Yeah.
And I used to leverage on people who had their names like 4 times already. Be like, 5 rand. If you don't want me to write down your name. Yeah, I was a very corrupt monitor, but you know what? I mean, fine. Like, people were chilled with me. Yeah.
No, but I just wanted to let you know.
That's crazy. Have I ever written your name down for being late? Okay. That's crazy.
I was always late, but I was never written down by you. For some reason, we never had personal interaction.
Yeah, no.
I just saw you from a distance. Like,
what do you know about me in high school? Oh, scared.
I don't remember much because it was like years ago, and I was like a junior, and you were like my senior.
Yeah.
But in high school, you had braids a lot, like twists, right?
Yes.
Very tall. Nothing much has changed.
Yes.
Still pretty. Used to laugh a lot.
Yeah.
Like where there was Buhle, there was laughter. You know.
Thanks, girl. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, dope. I thought you had like, I don't know, gossip or anything. I don't know what
No,
I thought.
I wasn't part of the slut shaming, my sister.
Oh, I'm just
In fact, tell us about that.
High school. I just feel like a lot of people were very surprised about like some of the things I spoke about. Like, people think I've always like not being opinionated. Like, I've always been very opinionated about things. And I guess, man, in Victoria Park, a lot of culture shocks for people when I started conversations about certain things. And it was always like, like, what the hell? This is overwhelming. But, hey, man, like, I guess, like, that's just me. Like, I'll never stop not having opinions about things if I feel very strongly about them. But sometimes I don't want to have an opinion. Like, it's fine. Yeah, it's exhausting.
I like that. But would you say what influences that is because you grew up in a liberal household?
I think yes and also no. The fact that I did not grow up, like, there were certain things, like, things we were never meant to have conversations about. And it always, like, left a question mark to me, but why are we not talking about certain things? Like, I was joking the other day, I don't know why we were talking about sex. I was actually doing a video on my channel talking about sex because someone said something very interesting where they were like, there's no reason for you to be having sex until like you're 19 or something like that. And I absolutely agreed with that person because I was like, but then like teach women to self-pleasure type of thing. I think it would avoid a lot of conversations that young people are having about sex if they can have sex with themselves. So it's like things like that because I never got the sex talk. And it just sparks like conversations like that for me to have those conversations for people who came from households like me. I remember the first time, like, the only sex talk my mom ever gave me, like, is when I got my period. She was like, "We are asking what we are meet. Like, do you know that you can get pregnant now?" I was like, "Whoa, okay, I'm trying to deal with blood right now." Like, and you telling me like other things. And I was in grade 8, and for me, it always left like a question mark of like, okay, cool, like, I'm going to have a child now. What does that mean? Like, talk to me. So I only discovered like things like that in varsity. Then I started finding my voice and questioning things. And then opinionated came through. And I was like, yeah, like if I ever wanted to have kids, there's a way that I would have like different conversations with them. So when I have conversations with people, I'm actually having a conversation with myself.
I like that.
Yeah.
I relate 110%. Like, I'd be giving someone advice, be like, "No, Babele looks right." I'm talking to
Projecting.
myself. Yes, I'm projecting.
I'm always projecting. Like, I even said it the other day, like on my social media. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm here to project 100%. Like, you can have your opinion, but I'm going to take your opinion and project it and try to figure reason from that. Because that's generally how we live. We live from lived experiences and what we know. So, like, why not share that, like, 100. With the other person? Maybe they will learn something or take away from something. But I guess maybe that's because that's the type of content that I enjoy. Yeah. When people are like talking about their opinions, you learn a lot, man. Just figuring out how and why people think like that.
100.
Yeah.
But then also, what's going on with the typos, my sister, on Twitter?
Listen, Nene, it's so crazy. I wanted to address this thing. So what had happened was, I started like, definitely like my mental health was at a point where I'm like, there's things I'm not understanding about myself, where I'm forgetting things, like I'm a mess, you know. Then I went to a psychiatrist. That's when I was like diagnosed with bipolar and ADHD. And part of my ADHD is that my brain moves faster than like my hands, which most people are like that. But there's a thing, like I'm generally like going to therapy to train my brain to slow down and sit down and like think. So it's not like I'm actively trying to have typos. It's generally my brain, like, I don't know what happens with me and words. Like it just jumbles up like a lot of things. So I'm like, I don't know how I wrote that. Like, so like I'm working through that, and those things, like you're supposed to catch them when umntana is still like very young, and you take them to specialists. Like white people got that. You remember when the disruptive child in the class all of a sudden went to a therapist, Ritalin, all those things. Like for me, I'm doing it as an adult now. I don't know how I got through school, like not taking Ritalin, because I'm taking like things like Ritalin right now to like focus and all those things, because I'm a very fidgety type of person. So that's where the spelling thing comes from. It's like andizenzi. It's like the same thing when people like see numbers and they're like, the numbers just jumble up and they're not sure, like basically ndidomwe to get.
I saw it. You actually said that in a video, and I was like, my sister, don't say that. The universe doesn't know jokes, and it doesn't recognize them, eh?
No, I generally don't think like I'm illiterate or anything like that, because obviously like my opinions come from a place, and it's just something that was supposed to be attacked when I was young, and only now I'm working through it. It's not like andifuni to like spell properly, but it's also like just a little quirk that people know that I do. They're like, oh, siyamazke. Uzaspela kakubi, like it's fine.
That's why I just take videos on Instagram. Because when I type, it's embarrassing. I'll leave out a word because in my mind I've already typed it out.
Exactly.
You know, and also like I don't want to read again.
Exactly.
Why am I proofreading?
And also, guys, I'm not writing an essay on social media. I'm not trying to be illiterate and be like, in this essay, I'm going to prove on why you should follow me. Like, I'm not writing an email. Trust me, my emails like are proper because I have an app that generally helps me, and I get like 2 or 3 people to read my emails before I send them. So like when it comes to things like that where I have to like apply being professional, I will do it. But on social media, if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Just replace the words. Like for me personally, it's not that deep. For other people, I know it is.
No,
but
it definitely is.
It doesn't affect me. I don't I don't mind shame. Nah. I get it. There are some things that I nitpick also, but I will never impose those on other people. But I guess, guys, I guess.
But tell me, who do you trust? Because I mean, for me, letting other people see my emails. Maybe I'm shooting a shot at a particular brand or company or whatever. Like, no, that's between me and God.
It's my sister. So I will definitely, like, if I don't know, like a publication will ask for an interview where I will have to like generally like write something and not like interview like this, I will ask my sister and we'll sit on a call and I will say what I need to say and she will write it, because she's a journalist and she's immaculate. Like she's beautiful with the words. So she helps me with that a lot, and she'll type it down, make it sound like professional and all of that, and then she'll send it to me, and then I'll be like, oh, that's too like professional, like let's keep it light, because it's still my voice. And then that will be the end of it. It's generally my sister, because she studied for it. Like one of us has to do it. Like it's not going to be me. If she needs editing, I'll do it, edit her videos. But that's my sister.
When it comes to your mental health issues, have you found a way rather to deal with your triggers?
Like triggers can happen at any moment, at any time. And I think like the best time to actually have a trigger is in public, because something in your brain says be normal. Like it's fine to like just be normal. How I deal with them is I sit down with it and I figure out like, why did that upset me? Why did that make me angry? Why? All these things. And I think way too much for an average person. Like I'm constantly in my brain unpacking things, scrutinizing myself in ways where people would be shocked. Like I am so judgmental of myself. Like I will just unpack every single thing. Where did I go wrong? What? Because I try not to always be like, oh, it's the other person. Oh, like what the hell? I'm like, okay, what role did you play?
Yeah,
like
accountability.
How did you make them feel? Okay, cool. if you don't know, if I don't come up with those answers, then I will have that conversation with that person until I come to a conclusion and be like, okay, cool. It's a me problem or it's a you problem, it's a us problem, and then figure it out like that. Yeah. That's literally how I deal with triggers. Yeah.
Nah. I think for me, also, I like to diagnose myself. I need to stop it. Like, I watch your videos and I'm like, me too. I'm actually suffering from that. I'm not okay. But then for me, I think the biggest trauma or traumatic thing that I experienced was like my dad passing away in a car accident.
Oh,
and my
that's
uncle.
so sorry.
So it took me a very long time to start driving.
Oh,
and even when I was on the road, like, when you
Yo,
go, Asana,
I
to
get
go,
that.
when to go. Even like if I'm on social media, rather, like I see like pictures and videos of car accidents. I'm like, no, man, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that because it's going to traumatize me. It could literally change the mood for my day completely.
Oh, that's valid.
But
like,
then
absolutely valid.
I've gotten to a point where now I'm like, it is what it is.
You have to.
People are going to post about these things. I'm on social media. So I just need to face these things. And I remember yesterday I saw like an article, multi-vehicle accident that happened in Durban.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what?
Yes, I saw
I'm going to
that.
look at these pictures.
Oh my God.
Because that's the only way I'm going to heal. Or actually be okay.
Yes, I remember like, oh my God, that is so true. Like when I recently went through like whatever I went through last year, I was like, I need to, because I used to like skip stories where I saw like my ex, I'd be like, oh my God, like I'm going to break down. But I had to teach myself. I was like, you going to watch this. You have to watch this. Like you generally have to see him happy. Like you have to, so that you feel better. And it helps because now it's like so easy. Like I would even avoid like, oh my God, like, you know, at events where people take pictures and all of that and be like, oh my God, like, I don't want to see that. And I was like, no. You can't look. I saw it. So I get that thing like facing your fears, but I will never, ever face a snake.
Nah.
Ever.
Ooh, girl, we're the same. We're the same.
I'm sorry. Get somebody else to do it.
Not you. You're not
Not
the girl.
me, babes. No. I don't even want to
I recently
talk
went
about
to the
it.
zoo, nah. And I was like, that section? No, guys, it's okay. I'll go see a lion. You know, throw me in there.
Throw me with the lion.
I'm a child of God. Of course,
Lion of Judah.
Lion. You lion of Judah. Hallelujah. I'm that girl. Throw me in the lion's den.
That I will never I will never face. But yeah, I guess. Okay.
But like, besides not bathing, right?
Yes.
What are some of the things that make you realize that, I'm in a depressive episode?
Oh, that's when I can't figure out what to watch. So I'm the type of person like I actively imagine my day. Like I'll be like, ooh, you're gonna shower like this, and you're gonna I will see it. The minute I don't see my future like that, I know I'm depressed because my brain is mentally blocking any source of happiness coming in, like, to experience that. The minute I start imagining a little bit, that's when I know about, okay, I'm coming out of it. But that's when I know, sometimes I'll be outside and be like, okay, when I get home, what will I do? If there's nothing and it's blank, it's almost like ingati my life dies. There's no other story. If I can't do that, I know for a fact Bophelo is going down. I'm starting to have an episode. So normally there's ways that I will get out of that. But outside of generally first day most you smell fine, second day you'll smell fine, be like, I'm not depressed. Third day you'll be like, oh my God, okay, even my smell doesn't bother me. I'm just okay, whatever, I'm just depressed. But that's when I know okay, no, I'm not okay. When I can't imagine my future at all, then I'm yeah, no.
Yeah, that is so hectic. But you know what? I love your mom. I need to confess. Mama B is my mom as well. I love your mom so much. Because even you saying I'm depressed, she would say, no, Buhle. No, you are suffering from depression. Don't own it, Buhle.
Yeah. No shame. Me and my mom have come a very long way with my mental health. Still a very difficult road where I'm trying to make her understand. And I think I get it, man. Sometimes I do get it. Like, parents genuinely want to see their children happy. So I think when you're telling a parent that you're unhappy and about all these things, for them it translates as a failure, like kubo, like how they parented you. And sometimes you just don't need your parent to project. Like, it's like, that's it. I'm not trying to question your parenting skills. It's just me, like the type of child that I am. Maybe there are things that you missed, and that's not your fault. No one knows how to parent. But at the end of the day, I think parents should allow their children to feel how they're feeling, because like each child is like completely different, and how they're gonna take things is like completely different. So I guess my mom, she tries, like she really does try. Like, we will talk for hours and she'll try to understand me, and she'll be like very patient with me. I shout outs to that girl. Like, shout outs to my parents. Like, when I told them about my depression, even though they never understood it, they were like, and yeah, trigger warning. I think for them it was also an eye-opener, like when, you know, I self-harm. And for them, like, they don't want me to like die as much as like my brain is constantly like convincing me that's what I need to do. But like, yeah, like my parents are like, what do you need for you to see purpose in your life?
To make
like,
you feel better,
because that's literally what depression does. It takes away your purpose. And then you're like, oh, I don't need to be here anymore. So it goes back to that thing when I can't imagine my life like, or a future, because it's taken away purpose.
Yes.
So now I have to like reimagine myself like with purpose and all those things to feel better. So there's like, those are like little things, like little demons I struggle with a lot. But I try not to talk about my self-harm a lot, because I shame one thing about my followers are very caring. They will always be like, they treat me like an egg, and I'm like, guys, yes, I talk about these things, but hey man, like the fact that I'm working through it should be enough for you guys. Take me as a person who's just living through it, type of thing. I think it has the same connotation as people saying, you know, when you like have cancer and people always like, are you okay? Like those people don't want to feel like that thing is taking over their life. They still the same like person. So that's what the message we're trying to like always push. Whatever you're struggling with, doesn't have to be mental health. It could be like anything, medical, whatever. That illness does not define the person. 100%. Instead, it's part of their life, and you just need to treat it like that. Like it's just one of those things.
But how do you feel when you're feeling down and you're down and out, like in the pits, and your mother's like reading the comments to be like, you know, Batike, they love you, Buhle. You know?
My mom does that. She does that. She's like she tries to give me purpose and say, you see, people love you. And I try to fight her so much and be like, I don't doubt that people like me or love me, and like I have people who care about me. That's not the problem. The problem is, do I like myself? Like type of thing. So she's always like, hi, why wouldn't you love yourself? Like, people love you. Like, no, that's not the point. But she really does push that thing where she just shows me like the love that I get. And even when people bump into my mom, like she will greet them. She randomly did like a thing where she met like a subscriber, like a black mom. I'm like, they are not your
it don't run for
like take it drinking and I'm like, they're all gonna start coming to you and asking her for money. I'm like, it's not like that. It's fine if you give them a hug, it's enough. She's like, oh, hi Umtana was so kind and she spoke so nicely about you. So I'm like, you are such a black mom. They're gonna rob you, bro. They're gonna take your money.
Oh my God, imagine.
No, it wasn't even something like that. You know how black parents, like when they like meet someone and then they're like, hi bo, and I 50 rand. So my mom, when she meets my subscribers, she does the same sentiment where they will come talk to her, and whatever they say about me, she'll be like, oh that's getting 50 rand. I'm like, don't do that.
I like that, because growing up we used to get that a lot.
Yes.
Listen, if I would ask for my money back, I'd pay rent. I'd be able to pay rent and more.
Why do parents do that? Why do they take our money? Now I need it. I need it.
You're so dodgy.
They are so dodgy.
dodgy.
Parents are so wrong for that. They are so wrong for that. And also the parents who used to give us money, why don't you do that more often now? Because
I remember like growing up, I'm like, Mama, may I please get my money? Oh, kumutandan. Oh, kujukayo.
A bit. Lombane. Eskom yamthatha but lombane.
I'm just asking for my 50 rand. Why are you threatening me?
You're threatening me for my life, bro.
Yo.
For 50 rand. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
But I mean, I want us to talk about your dad. Right?
Okay.
Because I think we've only seen him once in a vlog.
Yeah. My dad's not trying to be on camera like that.
Also, how would we approach utata? Like, you know, because it's kunestima. Molo tagabi molo ndomam. Like, no.
Quite. I actually asked to do like a sit down video with my dad. Unfortunately, he's in a what do you call that field?
Police force.
Police force
and
I share a lot, I guess. Yeah, so my dad is in that space, and security is a very like important thing for him and his family and all of that jazz. So it's very difficult for him, and especially the position that he got at work right now. Like there are certain things like he can't be associated with or talk about. But I said to him, but no, we're not going to talk about your work. We're just going to talk about me and you and our relationship. And he was like, I'm more than happy to make me watch the video, and then we'll see if I'm comfortable with certain things being shared. And I suspect also that because one thing about my dad, he's got children.
Buhle.
Yes, no shame, I guess.
That is so hectic.
But I don't know, man. Like I think I'm cool with like my dad like just being like here and there. I think it's enough for him, and I think it's enough for our relationship. But I have the best relationship with my dad. I wish you guys would see it. Like now that is where the jokes are flying, because we're literally the same person. Yeah, people think it's my mom, but like, yeah, my mom, yeah. I mean, I guess I get both from my dad and my mom. Shame not to dismiss the other, but yeah, no.
No, but one thing we get from your mom is that she prays.
Oh,
like, I'm a child of God.
Praying warrior. Tonga.
She reminds me of my mom. My mom is exactly like that. I'd be like, Mama, I have a headache. Tandas. Selamansi. Believe bana. Healed.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Fire. Generally, I think my mom represents like a lot of like black household mothers. Like, bonke or mama, like, especially Xhosa moms are like that. Like, copy and paste, print, like it's the same thing. It's like they go, you know how men go to initiation school, like Xhosa women go to Xhosa mom school.
100%.
And have
they're
the
like
same
one
thing.
and the same person.
Generally, yes.
I feel like if you were a skits person, we'd laugh all the time. Because it would be so relatable.
No, I imitate my mom in so many ways, like for my siblings and my cousins, and they laugh. And I remember like my ex used to be like, why don't you do skits about your mom? Like, this is hilarious. And I'm like, no, man, it's just a little thing I have for myself. Like, just to, like, my mom will say the most outrageous things where I'm like, I got a mama. I'd be like, hi. Did she something? I'm like, okay, cool, sharp.
Just like how she knows all your business.
She's like, so nosy.
I was like, oh my God, Buhle's here.
She's so
like, she's here.
Nosy. She's like, okay, when are you uploading again? I'm like, it's my job, not yours. Please. They're like, yeah, maybe. I was thinking of telling her, I was like, I want to start a segment on my channel called Ask Mamprir, where like my followers ask her questions and she'll honestly just ask. She was so excited. Her head got so big. Then I was like, actually scratch that.
No,
I can't deal with that. You, mama, would be a diva, bro. I was like, no way. My mom, if I got 100K, she would be like, because of me. Like, she'll make it about her. Love my queen.
Also, don't say when you get to 100,
yes,
100K subscribers. That's where you're headed.
Of course, my darling.
No. 2023, I see that happening for you.
I'm praying to God. Like, I'm praying. That's one of my like goals right now, to get 100K, just to prove something to myself. Like, there's a little competition I'm having with myself right now that I'm not ready to share. Probably will share like when I reach that goal. But yeah, I do want to get to 100K because there's work, man, I want to do, like good work that I want to do. And I feel like my platform allows me to do that. But it's also up to me. I know that. I know I need to upload. I know I need to edit. I know these things. I know how to get there. That's the thing. I think that's where the goal is. I know it's the discipline that I need to teach myself to get there. So that if I don't get 100K by the end of the year, like, I'm not disappointed and be like, oh, I should have worked harder. I want to work harder now. So that when I don't, whatever I end up with at the end of the year, I'm like, you know what? You gave it your best. And that's all you could give right now.
It's like for me right now in my life, I'm in a predicament, right?
Tell me about it.
Off camera, I will. I'm Dintiklondo. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to show up.
Yes.
Irrespective of what transpired. But when I look back at this moment in my life, I want to say I did it.
Yes.
I gave it my best shot.
Yes,
Didn't get the results I was hoping for, but at least I gave it my best shot.
Dude.
And I can walk away in the grand.
Dude, like, 70% is better than 50%. 50% is better than 30%. Like, whatever percentage, like, you're bettering from where you are right now, it will make sense at the end. And the thing is, like, I have a picture, like I said, guys, I imagine myself, like, but I have a picture of the type of woman I want to be. But instead of picturing it, like, why can't I just live it? Like, maybe I may not have the nice purse right now, but whatever purse I can afford from Mr. Price or wherever, why not carry that with pride?
Yes.
So that you can appreciate when you elevate in life, like everything else. But finally now I'm here to buy, like, you know, a Michael Kors. Oh, now I'm here to buy a Tonton. Like, obviously it's not just about purses, but you
So
get
much
what I
more.
mean. Like, just live the woman, like, or the person that you want to be. Like, fake it till you make it, basically.
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Be delusional and fake it till you make it.
That is so important. You know what, for me, I used to suffer from imposter syndrome.
Oh, still suffer.
I was like, what is happening? Because what happened to me is that I achieved something that I thought I would achieve at this age at 19.
Okay.
So I was like, what's happening? Right?
Period, Mjase.
Why am I on the same lineup as so and so?
Period.
Like, I'm shaking.
That's
like,
what God does, bro. That's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Like, he will, like, see a vision and he will put you there either early or later, but you are definitely gonna get there somehow.
And then so now how I deal with that is pretty simple. I just show up in places like I've arrived before.
Period, Mtase. You
Then
have.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, girl, shut up.
And
Like-
Mtase, own it. And whether someone has bigger numbers than you and that's your journey. And you that girl at that moment right now. Like, fully believe that. And yeah, one thing about self-esteem, it's that thing, like, you need to convince yourself completely, like, all the time. But you are that girl. You are that girl.
How do you silence negative thoughts?
You know what? I always just think, maybe it's a you problem. Like, to ever, like, gives me negative thoughts, or if I'm giving, like, myself negative thoughts, like, so for example, like, I started exercising, not because, like, you know, I don't appreciate whatever form of body that I come in, but I'm human and there's certain parts of my body that I don't appreciate them being there. But I made sure that my exercising is focused on health more than weight. But I know I'm not delusional. The weight is going to happen. So I'm exercising. I'm seeing a difference. I feel the difference also. And then I had just some doubt where body dysmorphia kicked in. And when you are going to the gym and body dysmorphia hits you, trust me, you can injure yourself because you're focusing on that area so much. You want to change it so much that it's not gonna change with one day of exercising. It's a journey that you need to do. So normally when negative thoughts like that happen to me, is I have to pull myself towards myself, because I'm also a person who self-harms. Like, self-harming does not necessarily come how people think it is. Self-harming could be starving yourself, could be like over exercising at the gym. It's just you indulging too much on something to fix something. So when that thought happened, I had to sit back and actually actively not go to the gym and be like, I can't go here until I see my body in a positive light. It's, I have 2 legs, I have 2 arms, I'm breathing, I'm healthy. I've got an able body. Like, why am I so nitpicking into this one thing? And I had to talk to my brain that day. I was like, listen, you're not going to the gym. And the other part of the brain was like, but you've got to go. I was like, yeah, but what matters more is that you feel better. You go to the gym for the same goal that you went for health, not for how you look. Cool. Then when I had that conversation with myself, took 2 days, I went back to the gym, went back to regular programming. Does it generally, like, it's just training your brain. Like, that thing is genuinely just like constantly training your brain. Especially, you have to also be like very self-aware of the type of person that you are. And I'm not saying I've clocked it. I haven't, but I'm trying to clock it. Yeah.
But how has living alone contributed to your growth as a person right now?
Oh, daunting at first. Because like there's generally no one. There were 2 days I was by myself, not talking to not a single person. Sometimes, like, living by yourself, it's like that. You go for 2 days not talking to anyone. Maybe you'll get a phone call and be like, oh, okay, gotta talk to someone. But what that has taught me is, like, I know, I hate this thing, like enjoying your own company, but really it is, because you figure out, like, what do you like? Like, what do you enjoy watching? And you don't have anyone to be like, no, you're not going to watch that. If you want to watch The Office 5 times, I will watch The Office 5 times. Like, that's generally like what I will do. And no one's going to be like, oh, you're repeating that thing. But as much as I am alone, because I live alone, like, it's given space for my cousins and my friends to come over and visit me. And people will generally, like, just sit in my lounge and not even talk to me, like, and just exist around me. And I love that.
And that's enough sometimes.
It is. Like, I will cut a key for all my friends. They can go into my house whenever they feel like they're overwhelmed by life, if they need that space. And I will get there, see them sitting in the lounge, and I will just do my own thing. That's what I want my space to be for the people I love to be a safe space. Like, don't come and talk to me. Don't come thinking that you must visit me. Like, yes, do those things, but also know that when you're coming here, you can exist and
find peace.
Man.
Tranquility. Yeah.
Yes, that's how I'm building my space right now, to feel like a space for people to come and do whatever they want. Yeah.
I love that. You know, I feel like you've got such a very important calling in life. Right?
Not a calling, child.
I really believe so. And I can't wait for God to uncover that for you, because I know you are on a journey of, like, finding that out, actually, in terms of how you can get to help out other people who are living with mental health issues.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yes. I was talking to my mom. I even said this to my vlog. I was talking to my mom. I was saying, I'm kind of questioning, like, the degree that I'm doing right now, not because I don't enjoy it, but I feel like branding and strat and, you know, like the entertainment industry, I'm doing it, like, and it's enough with the social media space that I'm doing. I do want to be a psychiatrist, a therapist. It's a little dream I have inside of me that's, like, burning a little bit, but it scares me because it requires me to actually sit down and study and be a student, but I don't think I have the strength to do that. But at the same time, I don't want to be talking about these topics and not being educated about them. So yeah, me and my mom were talking about maybe taking, like, short courses,
life
coaching, maybe, like, something I can potentially do, because I need to stop ignoring that there's a chat to be had there about how I impact people when I talk about mental health. But at the same time, yes, it's not my, like, full brand. Like, there's a whole part of me, like, that exists outside of this that I'm also trying to push. Yeah.
My philosophy in life is that your pain becomes your conviction.
Yeah. Oh. Give it to me, dirty.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I really believe in that. Do you know Mrs. Nozi?
Yes. Oh. Yeah. Oh. That's my fave.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what? I hear you. I hear the chat.
I don't need to say anything. You know what I'm saying to you.
You absolutely, yes. You
Yeah.
yes.
And this is me talking to myself.
Projection is what I told you. You need to project in life so that you're talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes. Yeah.
But I want us to talk about you sleeping on the couch for 2 weeks, Master. Don't you think that contributed more to the heartache? Because you're like, yeah, go up and say couch in like.
You know what? Like, I think people just always like want to misread like a lot of things. I think what happened was like, I genuinely was sleeping on the couch for like 2 weeks because I didn't have a bed. And because some of the things that me and my ex-partner splitted, I didn't take the bed. The bed was not like, I didn't take it. So, bed was on the way. The reality of the situation is that I gotta sleep on the couch. And that's exactly what happened. So, I don't know why I had to be soft about that. It's the reality of things. Like, it is what it was, and I was okay with that. And I got my bed, and the only reason why I was sleeping on the couch is because I ordered my bed. Like, there's no story there. Like, it's just so weird.
That was literally me when I arrived in Joburg.
Exactly.
Waiting for my bed. I was so stressed.
Exactly.
I think for me, that really depressed me. I'm not going to lie.
Nyani.
Because I'd come home to a mattress on the floor and I'm like, my bed is coming, but like...
You know what? Like, one thing about Daji is like, there's a reason why he puts you there so that you can appreciate like when you have something. Because now when my bed arrived, I was so grateful for my couch and I was grateful for my bed. Because those two things provided me things that I needed at that moment.
Yeah.
And sometimes people will look at that and being like, oh, man, I'm in a low place in my life, but you're in a low place so that you can appreciate when you have things. Like, I imagine having everything in life and not appreciating it. Like, it sounds like it sucks.
100%.
Then you, like
what are you working towards?
Yeah, you always like
touch and go situation.
No, I make a sense. And I like putting meaning in everything, like, so that it keeps me going.
But I mean, what else did you take for granted that you're grateful for right now?
You know what? I took for granted, like, having someone else like take care of half of your problems and you also taking care of half of their problems, or however you guys were dealing with. The thing is, when I moved to Joburg, I was never so independent like I am right now. It had nothing to do with me living with my partner. It had nothing to do with now me living with myself. It had everything to do with, since I arrived in Joburg during my first year ever, I always had housemates, people doing things for me. Like, even my housemates that I lived with used to do groceries and I just gave money. Like, and things would magically be there. Wi-Fi was popping, like everything. So never have I ever had to be independent as much as I am doing it right now. So yeah, those are the things that I'm learning and I'm enjoying because I have myself to depend on and myself only. And I needed that. I genuinely needed that because I was getting very comfortable on relying on people. And I'm working on that because I do that thing a lot. Like, I'm a people pleaser because I'm trying to rely on people and I'm trying, like, no, I need to rely on myself and I need to take life as it is because you're born in this world by yourself and you die in this world by yourself. So, okay.
You know what? This morning I was listening to this other radio show and a listener said when they're going through the most or trying to navigate life, they always tell themselves that no one's coming. No one's coming to help you, my
100. No, definitely. I'm not saying also like your hyper independency into your yiga also at the same time.
It's dangerous.
It's
you
very
need to
dangerous.
reach out for help sometimes.
You do, because now you'll be stuck in your apartment. Like I also have so much pride sometimes where I will generally struggle. And fortunate for me, I have a really good friend in my life right now where she'll be like, and what I enjoy about her also is she's like a bit older than me, and she'll tell me, she'll like, you need to talk like when you need help. You don't have to suffer by yourself. So it's just, yes, as much as I'm unlearning, I'm also learning to ask for help. Like, but I want to make sure that when I'm asking for help, it's not because I'm like, I want it to be convenient for myself. Did I do everything I possibly could? And now this is the only option I have? Or I'm going for the easiest options because I didn't even try to do everything that I possibly could. So it's like finding like low balance way to like, yes, ask for help, but did you put everything that you wanted to do in that thing? Yeah.
I like that because we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. So when I sent you that message on Instagram to be like, yo, it's you being honest for me, it's because someone else wouldn't. They'd pretend like they're busy, like, oh, I'm shooting, I'm just collaborating. People do that.
No, it's my reality. Like in Tizautini, like also this year that I'm a whole student. Like I'm not working. I'm trying to work with brands again, like to start making money for myself again. But last year I genuinely didn't work with any brands, and I emptied out my savings account because I was trying to sustain myself. So I do want to do the interview, but in reality I have no means to go there, you know. So yeah, I choose to be honest so that people don't feel like I'm lying to them, and also to just know imeko yamba EP type of thing. I'm not, there are things I lie about, but like as New Zealand, I don't feel like they're necessary for me to lie about.
Because if you keep on lying, you're gonna be a pathological liar.
And you're so warm, and you are so welcoming, and you've been so understanding. I guess it was easy for me to communicate that to you also, because I can imagine if it was someone else, my pride would have been like, no, I'm actually busy, or created a lie. But you were very like open about this whole thing that I was like, let me tell her the truth and then see where that leads us.
Buhle, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing, girl.
I could be here all day, girl.
I mean, I learned so much from you today.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for being vulnerable with me and having an honest conversation.
Oh, Mdase, always, whenever you need me.
Now tell me quickly, where can we get you on the socials?
You can get me on all social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Buhle Lupindo or Hlehle _Lupindo, all social media platforms. I call 123 nothing. It's just Hlehle Lupindo or Buhle Lupindo, yeah.
And that's how we get to wrap things up right here on 5 Unscripted. Sima Fiyo, I'm out.
This is 5 FM.